Hey everybody. So in this video, I'm just going to be showing you my last few attempts before I finally was able to beat Arlecchino. This boss was so cool. What a great way to end the DLC, you know? So my build that I went with was a advanced build. So for my Legion arm, I was using the Pandemonium, and every so often in between attacks or in between combos, I would try to get in a little wave of Pandemonium in. My weapon of choice was I forget what the name of the weapon was, but it was a DLC weapon that was the electric. It almost looks like the weapon that you use, that was used against you in the boss fight in the main game versus Laxatia. It looks like the weapon she used against you, which is actually pretty cool that they put it in the DLC. I don't know if it's exactly the same weapon, but it seems to be very close. I really enjoyed using it. It was a good weapon of choice versus just this guy, but just in general, it was a really powerful weapon. I really enjoyed using it. So yeah, in this phase, I pretty much got down. It was really a matter of getting through the second phase here. So for my durability, what do you call it? The thing that you activate for your grinder, the grindstone. I went for the perfect parry grindstone, where they can just hold block and parry everything. I thought that was a good use of that in this fight, just because of the sporadic the sporadic attacks that he uses against you in the beginning. After a while, I kind of did understand the pattern of his attack there, but learning the attack, and because it's really kind of hard to react to it, you kind of have to learn it. So the parry grindstone is actually really useful to be able to just hold block while you're just paying attention to what the enemy is doing, so that you could prepare for it next time. At this point, I knew a lot of his attacks, but I was not pinpoint accurate at all. I would mistime it a lot. This phase, you really just kind of have to be on. You have to understand all of his attacks, because he's kind of relentless. So at some point, you're just going to get overwhelmed. But yeah, so I don't remember exactly where I die here, but it's something happens here that gets me. One thing that is really good to use in this fight, if you haven't or didn't think to use it, is to have on your bar I just kind of got overwhelmed, missed a few parries in a row. Even if you block it, he attacks so often in a row that you'll just chip damage to death. But yeah, on your belt, having the you can see there on my top belt there, I have the other two items are the thing that makes break. You're less susceptible to the break status abnormality, and then the other one is it heals the break status abnormality. So that's really good in phase 2. I would definitely recommend having that on your belt, because the break makes it so that your health potion heals you a lot less when you're healing. So it just compounds the difficulty of the boss when you actually finally have a chance to heal, but you don't you're barely healing. You're healing like maybe half the amount you normally would if you have any sort of break on you at all. Yeah. I don't know how long it took you guys to beat this boss, but it definitely took me, I would say, a good solid 2.5, 3 hours to beat this boss of attempts. But it was so fun. It was a lot of fun learning his attacks, feeling like there's certain bosses, which is cool. You can kind of test your ability as a gamer, where you can kind of see where you're at with a certain boss and be like, okay, how are my instincts? Could I beat a boss strictly on instinct, strictly on just reaction, and just my understanding of the game, my understanding of the mechanics, my options in the moment to heal, to use certain items to my benefit. Having all those things in mind. So sometimes you're facing a boss and your intellect is being put to the test, your instincts are put to the test, and sometimes you can beat a boss in the first try or something like that, and that's great, that's awesome, but you always like it when there is, especially for a final boss, that it challenges you. I would be very disappointed if I was able to first try, or even like within 10 tries, beat the final boss, because you want it to challenge you. You want it to force you to utilize all that you've been given throughout the game. Make use of your time to either attack, to heal, to utilize an item, to power up, to use your Legion Arm. All these things having to go through your mind in a split second while the boss is fighting you. And it's exciting to be able to plan for that and do that. And this boss really makes you plan for how you want to engage him, which is awesome. What a great boss. It was such a cool design. I'm so happy that they brought Arlecchino back into this DLC. And I'm not sure, maybe it was their plan the whole time to bring Arlecchino and have him be the final boss in the DLC, or it was just such a positive reception that he received from everybody, from the main game, because everyone loved him. He was such a great character. But maybe that was their plan the whole time, and I mean, great plan, regardless, because he was such a cool person, cool design for a character, and the voice actor just did phenomenal. Yeah, I was so happy. I mean, I did find out that it was Arlecchino beforehand. I ended up seeing that when I was watching some clips. I tried to remain spoiler free, but sometimes you'll see something, you're like, oh, dang it, spoiled myself. But yeah, I was so happy, and the way they did his design, so cool. Couldn't be happier with how the DLC was, and how just all the bosses in general, the weapons that we were able to get, the new weapons. It was really cool. This DLC was really top notch. So I'm looking forward to their next game. I know they said something about Dorothy. They mentioned her, so I don't know if if it's going to be a whole different type of game where you're playing as a different character, or if you're going to take Carlo and we're bringing him into a different world. He's going to visit a different kind of land or something like that. So that would be interesting to find out. I'm very, very thrilled to be able to figure that out. That'll be exciting. Because what they did with this game is truly remarkable. And I don't think I win on this attempt here. So, I figured I would keep my failures, at least the last few, so you can kind of see what kind of went wrong and then what kind of went right on my last attempt, you know? I didn't really make much use of the Legion arm as much in this phase as I should have. You know, looking back and looking at your own gameplay, you kind of see what things you lacked a bit. I mean, maybe I do win this attempt. Maybe I do. Maybe this is the attempt that I win.
Okay.
Yeah, I seem to be pretty in good shape here. So yeah, this might be the winner here. But yeah, I mean, if any of you guys end up landing on this video, I appreciate you even stopping by and taking a look at my gameplay, listening to me ramble on about me about the game, amongst other things. I appreciate it. I really had a great time with this. I feel like we're very blessed to have the types of games that we've been getting lately. Between this, I've been playing Night Rain a lot, which has been great. Yeah, Souls-like's my bread and butter in my life. Yep, there it is. The death blow. I don't know why I don't think I realized his health was that low. That's why I was trying to scramble to finish up there. All right. Well, I'm gonna let this scene play out. I'm sure you guys can come here for the cinematic because I'm sure you've all seen this already. But so I'll end with this. I wanted to start, making a comment on the end of my videos, or if I had something specific to say during my commentary. But I just wanted to encourage anybody out there that's clicked on this video. And we all love games. We love, but this world out there is when we see what's going on in the world, it can get pretty discouraging, and we want to kind of lose ourselves in video games. And video games can be a great fun distraction, but I do want to make a comment about life in general, and sometimes we can lose hope and lose a sense of peace because of everything that's going on out in the world, and it can be pretty scary. So I just want to encourage you today. I'm a gamer, but I also am a man of faith. I love the Lord. I love God. And I want to use my passion for gaming to just share a message of encouragement today for you. I just want to say that, at the end of our lives, each of us, I believe we're going to stand before God someday, but God He's given us hope through Jesus Christ. That hope is that it says in John 3:16, for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that all who believe in Him will not perish but have eternal life. God has given us a hope so that no matter how horrible, how evil, how dark the world gets, we have hope that we can not only have life in heaven after this life on earth is over, but that we can have peace and hope now while we live. And if you're in a place right now where you're just depressed and you feel darkness, know that there's hope in Jesus. You place your hope in Him, and He will give you peace. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.